rocking a little bit. Yeah.
Whoa.
Maybe a little bit like that to get you all the way in.
I'm good right here.
Oh, all right.
All right, man. So today we're gonna have a topic, another discussion. Like, have you seen Texas? You know, Texas governor. You're always talking about the law and stuff, and how people should abide by the law, and that the law should do the right thing, and that the law feel like you're guilty or something. You know what I'm saying? And you go through trial and justice will be on your side. You know what I'm saying?
The rule of law.
So, as a colored person, we always felt like the law was against us. You know, like no matter what you do, what you say, our number one thing is that fuck the law. We had
Yeah.
it back in the '80s and all that stuff, and people
Guilty
always be
till
up here
proven
talking about
innocent.
like, that's what it is. That's when you're black, you feel like it's guilty to proven innocent. Now
Right.
I don't know, I ain't gonna like talk on anybody other behalf, but that's just been our thought like since we was a kid. I
Yeah.
feel like it's bad that that's the way we think, but when you live in this world and we see it firsthand, it's
Yeah.
literally that until you actually put it
Well,
yourself.
that's the way it is. I mean, take it or leave it. It's my opinion, but I know it's the opinion of a lot of other people that I talk to.
All right.
As far as African Americans, we have always felt like, I know I've always felt like, let me put it like that. Anybody want to join in with me on this and feel the same way, or know somebody that felt the same way and expressed that? We have a higher burden to prove our innocent than most other races,
And
and
that
that's
is true.
always
So
we have the high burden, meaning that
mainly,
we are guilty till proven innocent.
all right, but
And
let's go. But mainly, so the conversation is the Texas governor. Like, there was a dude, what, 2021 or 2020.
yeah,
He was apparently a military Uber driver or something, whatever it was.
yeah,
I don't know the whole. I mean, I know the whole stance, but I can't remember everything right off the bat. Anyways, um, he killed a protester, a colored protester, black. I mean, I can't. I don't know if he was black or not, but he was
yeah.
colored, protesting back in 2020 or whatever.
Hmm.
And the governor apparently, again, this is just from the articles I read and all that. I already felt like he should have never been charged. So this is your personal opinion.
Right.
You know, your personal feelings. We always feel like it shouldn't go with the law.
The law.
All right. Anyways, so the dude went through trial, was found guilty. Found guilty,
Yeah.
serving jail. The governor of Texas stated pardon him just this week or last week. Pardon him. So this goes to the fact of why should any colored person trust the law? Why is when we actually do abide by the laws that was provided by us that someone like a governor of Texas cannot literally tell, like, I feel like my personal opinion that this dude was not guilty and I'm gonna pardon him. What power after a judge or a jury or whatever selection state that this guy was guilty of killing this person, does you feel like you have the right to pardon a person? And then, like, we should just stand by and just agree with it because you're the freaking governor.
Well, I'm gonna tell it like it is. It's racial power. That's exactly what they use to abuse the law. They're personal, and if we as black folks know, over and over and over, we had cases like that similar and abroad from the beginning of time. We've always had that higher burden to prove our innocence, and the main one we have, something we dealing with right now today. The guy from that right here from Oklahoma, he did 45 years in prison only to be innocent.
Hmm.
And they just released him only to be innocent. 45 years of his life in the penitentiary because he was racially profiled
But I mean,
in
it's the
Edmond, Oklahoma at that time. He was racially profiled, convicted and sent to prison. And it took all this time because DNA and things like that wasn't at our disposal at that time. So
Well, that's been like a lot of cases, you know.
yes,
What I'm
a
saying?
lot of cases like that. But when you go to these cases, most of them are blacks
Because again,
or
it's been
African
that
Americans,
time, and
however
that's
you
why I
want
was
to
trying
call
to,
them.
you know. But I'm saying, like, why should we make this a racial? I mean, you make it a right and wrong thing.
You're right, not a
It
racial
should
thing.
be a bigger thing than a racial thing. And
It
I
should
mean,
be.
I know that we say that, but if you actually, I mean, it comes to the point. Person killed someone. Of course, everybody's saying when they kill someone in self-defense. I'm not saying it.
Yeah.
We literally, that's what the evidence supposed to prove. You're supposed
Yeah.
to see in a court of evidence and let the law handle it.
Yeah.
That hey, this is what you prove. Let us determine if this is factual.
Right.
But again, we have someone who's higher up can just
Abuse the
overturn
law.
it,
Yeah.
abuse their power, and
Abuse
yet
their power.
we as the people still select them. And again, I'm not trying to make it a racial thing, but let's just say
It's a right
the
and wrong
people
thing.
is going to probably reelect this person because a lot of people feel like, oh, maybe it was stuff. I mean, there's always two sides to every story.
Yeah.
But then it's the right side. But again, just because it's two sides to every story is the right side, that person could actually state what his side is.
Yeah.
So you had a jury or a judge state that whatever the side is, he was found guilty, and this governor, like, just said, you know, forget that.
Forget
I
the
wanna,
people. Forget the
I
law.
wanna put my own judge in, and because my personal judgment say I can pardon people, I'm a
That's
pardon
an
his
abuse
killer.
of power. That's abuse of power. So, you think if that guy was black, he would have pardoned him? You think he
No.
would have took that stance? You
If he
ask
was
yourself.
Mexican, no. If he was
Mexican
any other than
or any
the
other race.
white skin that he have,
Right. And that man was on video. Walking there. You talking about the one that had the AR-15 in there?
no. This
Oh,
is a
okay,
different-
okay,
That was
yeah.
the one up
In Atlanta. Yeah, in Atlanta.
Yeah.
You talking about the one in Texas. I remember that one that was in Texas too. But like we said, we can go on and go on and on. There's case after case after case where the abuse of power by higher ups in the government has abused the power, but stay on our necks to be law-abiding citizens and respect the law, to respect the judgments of the law, when the law itself is not being respected
It's
to the
crooked.
people. It's crooked. It's a crooked system.
It's a crooked system.
And when I say again, the government, the systems, this is in the content that I say it in because the systems are like that. You know, even with myself, I went out to get my clique certification, which is to be certified to carry a firearm for a job. And they went 25 years in my past where I had a possession of a handgun. And you know, I fessed up to it. I pleaded guilty to a possession of a handgun 25 years ago. And they gave me 1 year probation. It was not involved in a criminal act, a felony. I just had to have a gun on me inside of a car. Okay, but you mean to tell me it's a statute of limitation for robbing and all this? It's not a statute of limitation for murder. Understand that the case, but at some point in time, that why would there be a factor today in me trying to get a license to carry a firearm? And when that was something, it should be 25 years ago. It should have been a statute of limitation on it.
Yeah, I give you that. But that's
It should have
why.
been a
That's how
statute
the
of
law.
limitation. But that's how the
like,
law is.
The law
is used.
benefits and
Yeah.
against some.
God, like, you
Like
know,
with Oklahoma, they got that new immigration law. How are you gonna find illegal immigrants unless you're just targeting one race?
you're gonna
Like I
yeah,
mean, again, I mean, there's some black illegal immigrants. There's some,
Yeah,
you know,
right.
Mexicans. I'm pretty sure. There's some Italians that probably don't supposed to be over here, or some Indians or whatever.
But that's only
the question
targeted to
this
Hispanic
is not
people.
targeting all them. It's literally targeting
Targeting
Hispanic
Mexicans.
people. We know
Yeah.
that the border, all that, the wall.
Yeah.
But the question is, how are you going to abide by that lawfully?
Lawfully.
Like lawfully, are you gonna see some? I'm gonna just say like some Hispanics walking down the street and, oh, y'all look suspicious. Can
Yeah.
we see your IDs?
Yeah.
Or,
Well,
oh, wait, you're driving a car. Let's just state that the tail light out. Can we see your IDs? And we need all your IDs
well,
because y'all are.
remember the what was it called? The law they made because they shot it down in New York that because they allowed the police, that stop and frisk law. Remember that right to something? It was like a stop and frisk law. Police can look at you, stop you, frisk you, but they found out it intrigued on your constitutional rights, so they
It's
shot
trained
it
on
down.
constitutional right, but they
Giuliano
also
shot it down.
found out that it was literally race basis.
It was race
Like, they
basis
was
because it was
literally
only targeted
stopping young
in
blacks
young
or
blacks.
young colored. I want to
Yeah,
stop saying
colored
black.
people
Colored people.
in
So it's
certain
more than just
neighborhoods
blacks.
and stuff like that. That laying them on the ground and all that
on
stuff like
in
that.
low income neighborhoods.
In low income neighborhoods.
Like they never, went to the top and had anybody frisked.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna state what color, but again, we just
Yeah,
gonna
have you
state-
ever seen the police walk through Nicholas Hill and see a guy walking his dog and jump out, throw him on the ground for his information? You'll never see that. You'll never see that.
Well, it's a black.
But if it was a black guy walking through that neighborhood that owned a home in that neighborhood walking his dog, he will get approached. Hey, what you doing?
How's your night?
Yeah, how's your night?
What's your
Yeah.
address?
You're right.
Like,
And they
dang,
wanted to
dude.
know, well, 'cause the bottom line is, man, at this point in time, race is never going to go away in America. We just have to find ways to, that's why we're going to always fight it. Any situation come up, they use that to their, both sides, they're going to pull a race card. You know what I'm saying? They're going to pull a race card. Black folks going to always be racially profiled because it's them went too far.
But I mean, honestly, you think
For-
about it this stuff. We now it's 2024. Let's just be honest. 2024. Why is there a manual on how to freaking handle the cops?
Yes.
We got a paid manual
Yeah.
or a freaking book on how to what to do when you're approached or stopped by a freaking officer.
You're right.
That's how horrible the law is. Like
Yep.
we as Americans or as people, it does not bind. Again, I'm not trying to keep stating racial, even though
Yeah.
we know that it's a racial thing.
Yeah.
But there's a manual out there that police officers sell on apps
Yeah.
and online or whatever
What you should do.
to properly say to a why do I gotta be properly why do I gotta be properly taught on how to
Right. Again, that's an intriguing on
be
your freedom of
approached
speech
by
and everything.
another person? Like again, it's not shouldn't they have a manual on how to be, y'all should approach
The citizen.
the citizen. Like
Right.
we are taxpayers as well. We pay your freaking
Well,
wages.
that was the issue.
The officers, the
That was the
police
issue.
officers is paid by tax dollars. We all know that.
Yeah.
It is not
But-
a secret. But again, it's so horrible when we state this and there's a manual to like, oh, if the cops stop you, this is a list of things you can do. This is a list of things you cannot do.
Yeah.
Why is that when it's 2024?
Yep. Well, during the George Floyd, y'all know what's up. During the George Floyd thing, that became a main issue about the police need some type of manual or training in how to approach people. They don't have no training, approaching a person with mental illness. He's just a threat because they don't know. They don't know how to recognize mental illness. This guy is not a threat to nobody. He's mentally ill, but the police shoot him dead. Only to
did
find
that.
out later.
Been
Yeah,
there.
it has
Plenty
been
of
done.
times.
Yeah, it has been done plenty of time.
And again,
this guy-
that happened all across white,
races
black,
in America.
yellow, orange,
Yeah.
green, purple.
So
Like again, but that's what I'm saying. Like, why are we as citizens need a manual to handle the people that pose to protect us?
well, the government again has, President Biden and a lot of presidents before him and maybe some after him has never signed an executive order against the police. Never. They signed an executive order for everything else against the police and for black people. Those two orders has not been signed. He signed the order. As soon as them Asians got shot up in them salons down in Texas, Biden went there next day, signed the executive order to protect them Asians, give them money, and do everything. George Floyd get choked out, beat down to the ground. No, But he was at every black church. Oh, I'm sorry, and we need to do this and that. But it's no order. It's no executive order that he can sign. Like he signed for the Asians and every other race of people. These president has that signed for. But it's never been an executive order signed for blacks, for the rights of black folks, for police brutality against blacks. With all that George Floyd marching up, still wasn't no executive order signed.
Yeah.
So that tells you something. I'm just
Yeah.
saying. I'm just voicing my opinion. I could be wrong. Help me out with this. Where's our executive order? Where's the real and true executive order against police brutality? Yes, it's a lot of protests about it. It's a lot of, oh, we want to fight. We fighting for a bill, but these bills are not being passed. Police are still killing people.
Governor come in there and not
Yeah.
shoot him down.
And,
Like,
and the
this
governor
not gonna-
comes in and
This
shoots them
not
down.
helping this.
Polices are still
State.
killing. Blacks are still, well, not just blacks. Americans are still being racially profiled by.
I mean, it's gonna be racially profiled now. Like, I
Yeah.
guarantee the racial profile is about to go up in Oklahoma because of this illegal immigrant bill.
Oh, definitely.
Like the
That's gonna go.
DOJ already trying to sue Oklahoma because they're
Yeah.
like, dude, we already know we did this before. Like you
Yeah.
said, the stop and frisk.
Yeah.
All these is going to come to the police when you're
Yeah.
supposed to be
You're
protected.
giving the police
when
too
you're
much
giving
power.
them the power to
Yeah.
not do
Now-
what their job's supposed to do.
I give it to Giuliano because in New York we had the highest, well, outside of California. I think we was number 2 to California at that time with that stop and frisk law, because what it did, it gave the police too much power on the street to and a lot of your rights for us to search and frisk. They supposed to, like, a cop can pull you over and probable cause, like if you give him probable cause if you don't have your license or whatever, that's cool, because then he can, but he still has no right to search your car. That's why guys will put stuff in their glove compartment, because they actually need a different warrant to go, but a lot of people don't know that, to go in your glove compartment, but when that stop and frisk law came out, it violated every rights of because you could just be a normal citizen just walking down the street and the police could pull up, jump out the car, throw you on the ground for no reason at all, be under that stopping because you look suspicious. That's what it was. And they gave
And
the
that's
police
what,
the power.
Again, that's what I'm saying. Like right now, this immigration law.
Yes.
Right now,
And it's
going
to bring about the same thing.
Abuse the
It's
power
going to abuse the power.
of everybody.
Everybody.
Because I mean, again,
Rights
it's
gonna
not
get
even the point of we know what it's targeted against.
Yeah.
We know it's not Mexicans, just so it's state. Mexicans
Right.
are being targeted.
But it's all targeted against
the
our brown
border
brothers.
wall and all that is being
Yeah.
targeted.
Yes.
I mean, we talk about illegal immigrants and all this stuff coming from Ukraine and all that, but we already know that's not going to be the target.
Nope. It's
You
going to
know,
be the Mexicans.
That's not going to be
our brothers.
You don't see no Ukraine. I mean, they say all this crap, but I still haven't really
It's
seen
all that
that
is
many refugees and
directed
stuff.
towards Hispanic people.
But ain't that
Period.
also going against the refuse camp? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
ain't like how are you going to actually verify between an illegal immigrant and a refugee?
Right. When you
'Cause the
giving
color
a
of their
refuge,
skin.
can the color of their skin, you giving a refuge rights to do things like that, but they illegal. You just call them refugees, so you done separated between an illegal alley and a refugee. Y'all not at that border scanning and making sure that how you gonna do a background check on a refugee that's not a citizen of this country? He's never even been fingerprinted. He's in no database. So you're gonna guess by the color of his skin,
Yeah.
like he said, by the color of his skin. Because if a white refugee stepped up and I stepped up, who they gonna profile the most? The white gonna walk through me. They gonna have to figure out where he come from. What tattoos I have on? Am I part
What's
of a
your
gang?
voice like? Hey, you kind of
Yeah.
sound African.
Yeah, you sound. Nah, you don't even
You
have to
speak French?
you don't speak that. You know what?
Probably racial profiling.
You
But
are.
yes,
Yeah,
and
the color of your skin.
But that's what I mean, honestly.
So is they gonna raid these warehouses where they already know that it's a bunch of illegal ass? They tried it. Remember when Trump doing his first
Yeah.
picture? They gonna go back? Okay, now we have the laws. We're gonna raid these. What's up, big dog?
Yeah, they are. But let us know your opinion.
Yeah.
Hit us up. We
Yeah.
always love the input.
All right. Oh, one sec. We doing our little podcast.